Hey everybody, it's Ice.
And Price.
And we're back with a special video and special guest, Olivia.
In this video, we're going to talk about the upcoming general election ballot and the 6 amendments that will be on it.
So listen up so that you're informed and ready to vote.
First up is Amendment 1, Citizenship Requirement to Vote in Florida Elections. Olivia, what does this mean?
Thank you, Erica. So this amendment is merely changing the language of Florida's Constitution from every citizen to only a citizen of the United States who is at least 18 years of age and who is a permanent resident of the state, if registered as provided by law, shall be an elector of the county where registered. This does not change the legal impact on the voting process in Florida, so there is no real clear opposition of this amendment. The group behind getting this on the ballot believes the amendment is necessary to ensure non-citizens cannot participate in elections.
The second is, you guessed it, Amendment 2, Raising Florida's Minimum Wage. Olivia, what does this mean?
Thank you, Ashley. This raises minimum wage to $10 per hour effective September 30th, 2021. Each September 30th thereafter, minimum wage shall increase by $1 per hour until the minimum wage reaches $15 per hour on September 30th of 2026. From that point forward, future minimum wage increases shall revert to being adjusted annually for inflation starting September 30th of 2027. If you vote yes, you are voting to increase the minimum wage in Florida. There is a lot of opposition to this amendment because citizens feel that this could negatively impact small businesses, while on the other hand, there are supporters to this increase because they believe it is necessary to keep up with the cost of living.
Next up, Amendment 3, All voters vote in primary elections for state legislature, governor, and the cabinet. Olivia, what does this mean?
Thank you, Erica. Well, it's actually saying what you just said. It would be changing from a closed primary to an open primary, but only for the state offices such as state representatives, governor, and all cabinet officials. Currently, Florida is a closed primary state which only allows registered voters to vote within their own party during a primary to decide who will represent them in the general election. Both Republican and Democratic parties in Florida are in opposition of this amendment, while other political parties, such as independents, feel that this would give them a chance to participate in the state's primary election.
Olivia, tell us about Amendment 4, Voter Approval of Constitutional Amendments.
Thank you, Ashley. This amendment requires all proposed amendments or revisions to the state constitution to be approved by the voters in 2 elections instead of just 1. Some believe that it is a good thing because they believe that it should go through 1 extra step or process since it would be changing the state's constitution. Others believe that it is perfectly fine the way that it is, and this would end citizen-led constitutional amendments.
Please tell us about Amendment 5, Limitation on Homestead Assessments.
Thank you, Erica. So I'm sure some of you are actually familiar with this. This amendment is proposing to increase from 2 years to 3 years, the period of time during which accrued Save Our Home benefits may be transferred from a prior homestead to a new homestead. Beginning January of 2021, some support this because it would be extending the 2-year deadline for residents to transfer their benefits, which range from $25,000 to $50,000 in homestead exemptions, to 3 years. Others think that the way it is now is perfectly fine, which is currently a 2-year deadline for transferring the Save Our Home benefits.
Whew, okay, finally, our last amendment to talk about, Amendment 6, Ad valorem tax discount for spouses of certain deceased veterans who had permanent combat-related disabilities.
Thank you, Ashley. Yes, finally, the last amendment to talk about. So this amendment is just how it sounds. It would ultimately be helping the surviving spouses of veterans of specific permanent combat-related disabilities. The homestead property tax discount would carry over to the spouse with strict limitations. The majority of lawmakers in Florida are for this amendment, but you also have some opposing groups that believe it would take away tax revenue that support various things.
Thank you, Olivia.
What if CPAR members would like to read more about these amendments? Where can it be found?
So below the video is going to be a link to Florida Realtors that talks about these 6 amendments in really good detail and explain it very nicely.
Well, it's been Price
And Ice.
And me.
and those are your 6 amendments.